Welcome to Reddit Tea Time. My 25 male wife, 25 female, cheated on me with my brother, 26 male, and I don't know what to do. I, 25 male, am married to my once wonderful wife, 25 female, for 2 years. We have known each other for 7 years and been together for 5. We had a happy marriage, but it hasn't been without its ups and downs like every other marriage. My brother, 26 male, has been living in California since he got into Stanford. After he graduated, he got a job there and he's been there ever since. He was here for a week for our mom and dad's wedding anniversary and my birthday, which fall 3 days apart. I started feeling something was wrong 2 weeks before he'd arrived. My wife had been on a work trip to LA the week before and she had told me that she met my brother. I didn't find it weird as, according to her, they just had lunch and had caught up on each other's lives and then went their separate ways. When she got back, she felt strange. She was distant and keen on arguing over the most tiniest of things. For example, me buying a different soap than what she wanted. I apologized and ever offered to go and butt her a new bar, but she refused and said that I didn't care about her in the slightest and that I must have gone at it with 7 women in the 7 days that she was gone. She would smile and laugh while texting someone, and when I tried looking at her phone, wondering what the joke was, she'd scowl at me, calling me a freak who wanted to invade her privacy every chance I got. We were pretty pissed off at each other before the day we left to go to my parents' home. On the car ride there, we agreed to keep a show of happy cheerfulness, as was expected from us by our family. We got there at around 12:30. I had to rush to the airport to pick up my brother as he landed at 1, and my parents' home was 45 minutes away from the airport. He was waiting for me at the gate. We chatted all the way home when the topic of my wife came up. He seemed suddenly a bit down, as if he was overcome with guilt. I sensed something was wrong, so I asked him. He brushed me off and he remained cheerful the rest of the ride back. The week went as was planned. Me and my wife kept up the pretense of being cheerful while we argued in whispers at night. I knew at this point that she had cheated on me while she was gone, as I have faced that in a relationship before. Little did I know who it was with. The day of my brother's departure arrived. He had to get to the airport an hour early, so we left at around 4:30. As we were halfway there, he said that he needed to talk to me about something. He said it was about my wife. I asked him what it was. He asked me to pull over first, which I did. He told me that during the week that she was in California, they had slept together. So she was texting him all the time. It was because of him that we were having the arguments. I almost punched him in the face. But I didn't. I needed to hear more. I think he saw the red in my eyes and he said that it was just a mistake. He planned on telling me the moment he got here, but he couldn't. He loved me too much. If he loved me, he wouldn't have done this. I told him to get the F out of my car and find himself a cab. He was dead to me. I drove to my best friend's house. I explained everything to him and asked him if I could stay with him for the night. He said yes, and I texted my mom saying as I won't be there tonight as a friend needed me. I think my brother told my wife that I know she's been bombing my phone with texts and calls. Some of the texts read, "Where are you? Come home, please. I really miss you. I need to talk to you now. Come home." I just turned off my phone and I'm writing this now. So now I look to you, strangers of Reddit. Please tell me, what do I do? Do I confront her? Do I file for divorce? Now for some comments. Cut them all out of your life. Divorce her and do whatever you want to him. Expose them to everyone. Lawyer up, STD up. DNA if you have any kids. Effing brutal man. You have about 55 years left above ground. Don't waste it on her. Divorce the wife. Remain pissed at the brother forever. I do not understand how someone could do that to family. It is a bigger transgression to me than your wife cheating. Family first always. Get your brother to admit to the cheating in text and tell your parents after you have proof. They're going to twist this, that you're abusive and she sought solace in your brother. Tell as many people as possible before she gets the chance to twist the narrative. I, 33 male, walked in on my wife, 30 female, with another man. Cheating? How do you move past it? I came home from work earlier than expected one morning, I work night shift, to find another man in our bedroom. She was fully clothed and the guy was shirtless. She stated nothing had happened and this was the first time she had ever had someone over the house while I was gone and that he was a friend. But come on, let's be realistic here. I had no idea who this man was, nor has my wife ever mentioned any guy friends. And why the hell would you have a friend over at 3 a.m.? I wanted to speak to this guy one-on-one, but she was making it clear that wasn't going to happen. I've already caught her in lies in this story, and I'm pretty positive I won't get the truth. I barely got an explanation on this situation. All I really got was that she was sorry and she made a mistake. We haven't spoken much on the subject in weeks. Rather, something did or didn't happen or was going to happen. Regardless, my trust is broken. My wife has never given me any indication that she was cheating in the entire almost decade we've been together. I fully trusted this woman. She always leaves her phone in the open, never hides it, never really even on it. She's even many times given me her phone to use to look stuff up on. She never went out much. If she did, it would be midday with girlfriends. Overall, I never saw anything for red flags. This was either something recent or she's been damn good at hiding it. So at this point, obviously, everything is up in the air. Divorce is a highly likely option. But for some stupid reason unknown to me, I find myself considering working this out, with her stating she's considering it as well. But I don't even know how. Is that something you can even get past? Because I honestly feel like in this moment I won't be able to trust her again. What about future relationships? If we were to separate, I feel like my future relationships would be affected. I'd really like to hear from those who've stayed with their significant other after cheating and how you worked through those issues. But any advice is greatly appreciated. Edit. The first part of this post was not in regards to rather she cheated or not. I'm not stupid. I know what I saw. I know she's lying to my face, and I know she's not accepting accountability. The point was to highlight her manipulative and shady tactics on the situation. As far as to being spineless, I'm not going to jail, losing my job and my kids in court over this. Could I have confronted the guy regardless of her making it clear she didn't want that happening? Absolutely. But it'd have likely turned violent between me and him. Is it worth my kids waking up, seeing that, being traumatized, and having it brought up in court against me? No. So I feel keeping a level head through this is my safest route until I can get everything sorted with a lawyer. The question here was people that worked through infidelity, not rather there was infidelity. Realistically, I know damn well what the right path is and the fact that there's no coming back from this. But I'm still human, and there's going to be a small part of me that's going to question my stance on this. Just as much as most of you say you wouldn't, I guarantee you would if you were in the same situation. It's easier when you're on the outside looking in. I can't kick her out. Legally, she has nothing, no money, no job, no family, nothing. She's been a stay-at-home mom for all these years. I also have to tread lightly on the fact that I have financials I need to protect. At this moment, our terms are rough drafted and they're fair. More than fair in the fact I almost feel I'm getting the better end. I assume that's her guilt, but who knows? I make pretty decent money. If I don't have everything in a row and decide to raise hell, then she could wipe me out through high child support and spousal support, my house, my investments, legal fees in a court system I don't have the upper hand in, so I'm acting a certain way to protect myself. Now for some comments. She has a second phone you don't know about, buddy. Let me get this straight. Your kids are in the house, it's 3 a.m., you get home early from work, and you find a guy in your bedroom with your wife with his shirt off, and you're wondering if they are having nookie? I mean, you're joking, right? You can't get past it if she acting like it's not a big deal. Oh, a shirtless man in your house at 3 a.m.? Yeah, it's just a friend I never told you about. And wouldn't let you talk to him? If nothing was going on, she would encourage it. She's lying and been using your time at work to be with other men. I would just go straight to divorce mate. My partner, 33 male, cheated on me, 29 female, and doesn't consider it cheating. Me, 29 female, and my partner, H, 33 male, have been in a relationship for about 10 months now. It's been going really well, and I could imagine really settling down with him. That is until a few days ago. He was showering after work as always when his phone started going off uncontrollably. Normally I wouldn't bother looking at the messages because we both always respected each other's privacy and wouldn't look at the other's phone without their permission. Don't get me wrong, we totally trust each other. We both know each other's passwords, etc. And he literally tells me about everything he does and thinks about. But when I looked at it, I can see the beginning of the messages popping up on the lock screen. You can see the first message of a chat even when the phone is locked. It had a lot of heart emojis, so I got curious. And lo and behold, it's from another man, sending heart emojis and asking questions about when they next meet. My first thought was immediately, he's cheating on me, and I'm not the type of person to hide that I know he is texting others. So I confronted him immediately after he was done showering. I don't know why I kept so calm, but I think it just didn't really click yet. We settled on the bed. He often sleeps over, and we thought about renting an apartment together. And he told me it's a man he met at a bar during a night out with his coworkers, and that they have been texting each other. He also wasn't hesitant to tell me that yes, they did have intercourse together a few times. When I asked him, "So, you cheated on me?" he just replied that no, he still only loves me, but considered us in an open relationship. We never talked about the status of our relationship because where I come from, everyone just naturally assumes that a relationship is a monogamous one, except if stated otherwise. So he doesn't consider it cheating and still says that I am the one for him, but that he thinks having some fun on the side doesn't hurt anybody. Well, it does. I never knew. And I don't know what to think about it. I love him, at least I think I do, but I don't know. I have never thought about an open relationship, and if I am okay with that. H told me that he is also fine with me having other partners as long as, at the end of the day, us two were still our main partners. They even talked about including me since I am his main partner. What should I do? I really love him. He is so understanding, sweet, and gentle. I don't want to lose him, and he doesn't consider it cheating. He said his partner and him both agreed to it only being a fling. But shouldn't he have told me beforehand? Shouldn't we have talked about the status of our relationship first? Now for some comments. 10 months together and the topic of open relationship never came up? Yeah, that's something that you discuss with your pain partner. Otherwise, it is cheating. So yeah, he did cheat and is going to continue to do so, unless you now approve of it happening. You run to the nearest health clinic and get an STI test, and then you break up with him. Absolutely, it is cheating 1000%. Girl, come on. Like a 33-year-old man didn't know BIBG with someone else wasn't the standard in relationships? You know what's even worse than being a cheater? That apparently he thinks you're stupid enough to believe his BS too. I, female 25, don't know what to do after finding out my husband, male 31, cheated. Hello, I, female 25, recently found out my husband, male 31, cheated on me recently. I'm currently pregnant and due very soon. When I found out, I confronted him and he denied it for a whole work week, watching me cry and stress over it. Finally, on the 5th day, I sat him down and tried to talk. He started denying it, even when I brought up the evidence. Eventually, I said something that must have pulled on his heart because he finally decided to be honest. He brought the girl to our home. She said he denied being married and they were intimate here. He says he did bring her, but the furthest thing they did was him fingering her. I'm well aware of how naive I am as a person, but I call BS. All this happened around 2 or 3 a.m. while I was at my parents' for the weekend. He said that they didn't do it because he just got off work and was too tired and that he had work the next morning. He's lying. I'm not interested in a divorce, but what can I do to make him be effing honest? He says he lied because he didn't want to say anything until I gave birth and was scared for the baby. Since that conversation happened, I've not been feeling as crappy because now I know. But how do I move on? He's not done anything to show he'd like to work on me trusting him again. Not done anything to even beg forgiveness. He just apologized and now acting like it never happened. Part of me feels he deserves some type of consequence, but what? Is a consequence even going to stop him from doing so again? He says he's sorry, but this doesn't feel like someone who's remorseful. He also insisted I know it wasn't anything I did and how he's at fault for breaking our vows. Guys who are reading this, as a man, what is your take? Now for some comments. You're not interested in a divorce, but you should be. He's not going to stop cheating. What BS? If he was worried for the baby, then don't cheat. It's really easy to not cheat. Divorce would be fantastic consequences. He cheated in your home. He lied about it. He's not remorseful. How do you see any of this improving? My father was a cheater. He lied. My mom moved past it. Then he did it again. Then he screwed her over even more and broke up our family. Think about your future with this loser. Things look bad. What do you think? Please like and tell me in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell because you don't want to miss a single Reddit story. In the meantime, please take care of yourself. I'll see you soon.